All right, we're live, Buff Nation. What's going on? Couple surprise visits that are announced. We got one that is happening as we speak, the other scheduled to happen tomorrow. So we'll dive into this. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. I feel kind of conflicted about this. But y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments on these visits. I thought they were both very, very surprising. Let's go ahead and get into probably the bigger one that might have raised Jake's eyebrows, so to speak. Very interesting. So Jake Schwanitz, pulling up his tweet here. I guess Zach Blowstein from 24/7 initially reported this, but he's saying Colorado will get a visit from former Florida State wide receiver Hykeem Williams. The 2023 five-star recruit played in 9 games and had 8 starts last season with 16 receptions for 187 yards and 1 touchdown. Yeah, five-star guy coming out of high school. Could have played anywhere he wanted. And you guys probably remember this. I mean, just foolish, ignorant comments when he was getting started with Florida State, saying, "Yeah, we ain't got no Travis Hunter over here," insinuating that Travis Hunter isn't focused on football, doesn't have the right work ethic, something like that. We locked in time to work, and is this like a Michael Jordan thing where we're bringing him in for a visit tomorrow so that he can see Travis Hunter's jersey retired at the spring game? By the way, guys, this is why I don't like doing jersey retirements at the spring game. Snow, but it is what it is, right? They deserve it. I just thought that this was hilarious. Like, we're bringing him in, and again, he had 16 receptions this past year. Obviously, he's like a freak physically. Coming out of high school, you can see he was a 98 overall guy with 24/7, top 5 receiver in the class, and comp to like Julio Jones, right? So a lot of potential there, but he has not realized that during his time at Florida State. First mistake, going to a poverty school like Florida State, right? Second mistake is staying there after they got no quarterback. So 6'2", 215 pounds. This past year, was catching passes from DJU and a bunch of other guys that I don't even know their names. Had 1 touchdown. I do wonder, maybe this whole thing at Florida State was a humbling experience for him, right? And maybe he's like, you know what? I could probably learn from the environment where Travis Hunter was at, winning the Heisman, all of those things. Maybe that's the environment where I really need to be at in order to flourish. Okay. Uh, that's like me making it, taking this thing a little bit more seriously, right? Again, you can never have too many pass catchers in college football, but if he's coming in here and expecting a starting spot, he's starting at Florida State. I don't think so. Very rarely do transfers just come in and they're starting over guys that are already proven and very, very good. I don't see him getting snaps over Amari Miller, Joseph Williams, Draylon Miller. He can compete with Sincere Brown and Terrell Timmons for the rest of those snaps. Heck, I think Isaiah Harge might be in that top 4 rotation too, guys. Right, like playing out of the slot. Now he's strictly kind of a boundary wide receiver. See, he played 95% of his snaps this past year out wide. So yeah, maybe not necessarily a slot guy like Draylon or Isaiah would be, but I think he would be a fantastic depth piece. I just like big time athletes. I think that would be great. And like this whole visit with him coming out here was very, very surprising. But this is truly, I think, a humbling experience for him. And if he has the right attitude, if he just needs to get in a different environment, maybe this is the right environment for him to realize that potential. But don't mishear me. I'm not saying this guy's going to come in and absolutely kill it. I think that he's going to have to be okay, starting at a non-starting spot on the depth chart and doing everything he can to earn playing time. I don't think he's going to be given anything here, especially with the receivers that we got, right? So very, very interesting. It looks like he's also visiting Pitt as well as Syracuse. I'm not really sure what their receiver situations look like. this is going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. If he comes here or goes to Syracuse with Fran Brown, very, very interesting. So I hope he enjoys his visit tomorrow. I hope he has a chance to meet Travis Hunter. And uh, man, this is why you just come in and keep your mouth shut, right? Before you've even played a snap of football, right? Hilarious, hilarious, and sometimes life can be incredibly ironic. The next visit, this was just announced just a little bit ago, is that we got Waltclair Finn. Oh, let me try and pull up his tweet. I thought I had it in here. Well, I thought I did. Anyways, Waltclair Flynn, he is visiting from UCF. He was like their highest rated offensive lineman recruit in their school's history, I think. Here's his profile. So he redshirted this year. So he has 4 years of eligibility, 6'2", 304 pounds. Seems like he was mainly getting work at center. As you can see, he was a 4-star guy, number 23 interior offensive lineman in the country last year, according to 24/7. Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. Has not played a snap yet, as we can see from his PFF. And again, like with college football fans, sometimes it's a little bit harder to get a read on guys. It seemed like mainly when I was reading about Hykeem Williams, for instance, guys didn't really have anything, like Florida State fans didn't really seem to have anything bad to say, more so blaming the coaching staff for failing to develop any of their high-end recruits. And it didn't seem like they had any issue with him, his character, who he is as a person, anything like that, work ethic. I didn't see any of those comments that would spoken or written about Hykeem like with any sort of negativity. It didn't see any of that mentioned. So I think that's a good sign that he's probably learned from, speaking out and, all that. Now, Waltclaire, this was a little bit different. When I was kind of reading comments from UCF fans, a lot of them were saying, like, I think that this is, one of the guys that's just has not been fitting Scott Frost's culture. Now, they said, hey, he's not hustling enough. The work ethic isn't there. I don't know. That's just what the fans say. But a lot of times, I mean, you know how it is in college football. A guy leaves and it's like, oh, man, all of a sudden he's not a duck. All of a sudden we didn't want him. All of a sudden he's soft, right? So he's only been there a year. Maybe some people were expecting him to, be that guy, true freshman. I don't know. But I would not say that Waltclair Flynn, if he ends up committing to the Buffs, again, he's not a guy, in my opinion, that's a plug and play type of guy. He's the automatic starting center at that position right now. No. But a guy I think that would definitely add to the room at the guard and center positions, no doubt about it. And if you're looking at his recruiting profile from just a year ago in high school, provides plenty of upside, right? So I am interested in bringing him in here. But it would be awesome if we could get a veteran center that's had some snaps. But I think right now it's probably looking like Zary McGill, man, is going to be that guy. But the transfer portal still has a full week, guys, until it closes. If I remember correctly, I think it's on the 25th. So we got another week to see who else hops in, maybe who else is taking visits out here. But I would view both of these visits as just like, we got nothing to lose. These are high upside type of guys that we could bring in. But if you guys are expecting them to be day one starters, I'm not expecting that at all. So I hope they enjoy their visits out here. We'll kind of see what pops up from them. But yeah, like Hykeem Williams, very, very interesting that he's visiting out here. And I think it will say a lot if he ends up coming to this program that is loaded. I think that he will be coming because he totally believes in the environment, because he's not a day one starter on this team. I don't think he is. So get to a few of your comments. Hope you guys are doing all right today. Let's see here. Heck yeah, Florida State, total poverty program. They don't develop anybody out there, right? That's what I'm talking about. Um, DJ Promo doesn't want to see any more wide receivers out the portal. I don't want to lose no more high school kids. We're good at wide receiver. Um, you replace Adrian Wilson with a Hykeem Williams. Is there much of a difference there, man? I don't. Yeah. To me, I mean, we got 100 spots, man. Like we could have 10, 12, 15 scholarship wide receivers, and I wouldn't complain. But that's just me. Lamar is saying, is it true Cass Cleveland transferred over to scholarship? I don't know if that's true, but I'm sure that had something to do with it. I think that he is a scholarship deserving, player. Be interesting to see where he ends up. Now, this is interesting. Taj McCoy, this was my first thought, but then everybody was saying Kansas State that seemed to be in the know. But it makes sense going home to Oklahoma State, where he can probably start. Hey, best of luck to him out there. But man, going to Oklahoma State, Taj McCoy, really? You're going to do that? You're going to do that? Game on, man. Jay says he was talking about not flipping on FSU, but still ended up leaving. Ain't a big deal. Bring him in. Yeah. A couple years ago, it's whatever. I find it hilarious, and again, I just find it humbling and ironic. You'd say those things, and now he's visiting CU at Travis Hunter's jersey retirement. That is just hilarious. That's just hilarious. Hey, Lady C, what's going on? He has a bad attitude out here. Well, we'll have to see. Hykeem's a death piece. Yeah, you tripping, bro. He has star potential. He said what he said. That was that. He'll start wherever he goes. He's not starting here. I'm gonna go I mean, I hope I am proven wrong. I mean, if we find a wide receiver that's better than Omari Miller and Joseph Williams on the outside, I'll be damned. But the guy has a 35% contested catch rate. Come on now, again, maybe in the right situation, sure, but I think we're going to go with more proven guys, and we have a handful of guys right now on the roster that weren't just highly recruited, but they've actually put the numbers. They put up the numbers to back it up. I don't think Hykeem Williams has done that yet. Yeah, and Waltclair Flynn, he is visiting right now. See if I can pull up his tweet. Thought I had that bookmarked. Yeah, right here. Dude, Gunnar White is putting in the work, man. He really is. So, yeah, here he is. Boulder, touchdown. So this was just maybe about an hour ago. So probably visiting tonight, maybe tomorrow. This is awesome. Again, another guy that I think would just add depth and upside to the room. I think that's great. Ooh, Deacon Schmidt is also in Boulder. That's what I'm talking about, Cam. That's what I'm talking about. That news makes me very, very happy. Keith, what's going on? Coach is going. Game of Thrones, Mad King, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Joe Cotton went to Cincy. Hey, man, it happened. I don't think we were in on Joe Cotton, man. Why are we not getting no country fed boys on this line? Yeah. Just not our style, I guess. Cash Cleveland, he was probably favorite white guy on the team last year. Now he's out. So, yeah, that race is wide open this year. I would take Williams over Adrian Wilson. I would too. Again, comp to Julio Jones. You like that? And just, Williams stayed at FSU. I said, man, I said today on Twitter, I was trolling a little bit as I do. I said, I can't wait to see what school Adrian Wilson is at here in 6 more months. KD seems to be very mad about this. He's wondering why we're targeting another receiver with other holes on the roster. Well, I mean, I think we're attacking all positions. I mean, when you look at all the visits that we have right now, we got corners visiting, we got safeties visiting, we got defensive line edge guys visiting, we have offensive linemen visiting, offensive tackles visiting. Um, we're waiting to hear the news on running back, but I'm sure like Katie. We're still looking at all positions. Okay. Why are you judging Hykeem when he played for a trash FSU team with no quarterback? Because FSU is a poverty school, and I need to continue saying that. But again, man, if you're gonna get after our guy Travis Hunter, man, we're we're not just gonna forgive and forget. No, we're gonna forgive, and we're not going to forget that, right? If he ends up coming here, man, uh, he's got some work to do, right? And it starts with going to Travis Hunter's jersey retirement. Yeah, man, I love it. And here we go. Keith, Cam Michael is actually the best pure safety on this team. I can't say I don't disagree. I mean, he was a really good safety coming out as well. I hope we kind of keep him at running back, but hopefully we bring in Shamar Brown. I mean, that would be pretty fun from NDSU. I'm sure he has a lot of interest. But Cam Michael, man, I would love to see what he could do on defense as well. Yeah, Big Mike, that's right. This is chess, not checkers. Checkmate, baby. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Beefalo's inbound. I like that name. Oh yeah, that's right. Starting safety Ben Finisett. That's right. Favorite white boy on the team. I have been appointed the president, I guess, by you guys for the Ben Finisett fan club. So yeah, we don't need to bring in any more DBs. Coach said the only position that is solid is the kicker. I would agree with that. We need to improve everywhere, man. Dude, Eddie Games watching us crush UCF live in person was the greatest moment of life. That was pretty awesome, man. It was pretty awesome. They were hyping up that matchup. It was awesome. I didn't and yeah, I remember that was at the beginning of UCF's season. So they were coming in red hot, man. I didn't see us winning that game, man, and we destroyed them. Yeah, that's right, man. We're in great shape with the departures. We know how to build the roster. We've been through this by now. The proof is in the pudding. We're a proven program that develops players, unlike Mike Norvell, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, that's right, TR. He needs to pay homage to Travis Hunter, and that's the first step in showing you apologize. But yeah, I'd love to see these guys here. We'll see how it goes. I think again, both of these guys would add great depth and competition to the room. I wouldn't count any of them as immediate starters, but hey, guys, I've been wrong before, so we'll just have to see. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Friday evening. We'll be back tomorrow. Spring game, jersey retirement, all that. Hopefully, we get a commit or two. Let's go, Buffs.